So, very good morning, my dear friends, my dear students. I hope all of you are doing good, right? Great. I'm also doing good. Thank you so much. So, now let us quickly recall what we have discussed in our previous session. As you know, we have covered some basics of law, basics of interpretation, and we have to see a few legal terms, isn't it? So, what do you mean by law? So, rules and regulations for a relationship in a particular jurisdiction set up by proper authority. And if this relationship we change it to business relationship, it becomes business laws. As we know, there are different kinds of laws. But as a chartered accountant, as a CA aspirant, will be focusing, will be working, will be specializing in which type of laws? Business laws, fiscal laws, or maybe economic laws, but not beyond that. Beyond that, we may refer laws, but not specialize in it. Correct? Yes, sir. Then what are the objectives of law? Any law? Socio-economic justice. Correct. Then different features of law. If you remember, law is mandatory. For whom? For everyone. For everyone. Sir, yeah, everyone, but for whom it is applicable. And where it is applicable. Good. It has got flexibility. It has got flexibility in the sense amendments and exceptions. Then every law has an objective. Also, we know that law will be uniform for all. So, cross it's the same. No, no question of excuse if ignorant. So, ignorance of law is not an excuse. Compliance shall be in true letter and spirit. And then also we said written in a special way. This is the exhaustive list or inclusive list? Good. This is inclusive list. Then procedure for enactment. So, sir, bill, draft, isn't it? Before that, some report and all of the experts, and then this is taken to the cabinet, then to the lower house of the parliament, then upper house, their discussion and approval, and then goes to president, the first citizen, for assent, which can be with or without modification of that bill, if given, right? If president gives the assent, then it becomes law. Until then, it was only a draft. Until then, it was only a bill. And then once it becomes law, obviously they'll not just frame it on the walls, but then they're not just going to hang it on the walls. No, they're going to implement it. So, method of implementation, if I talk about manner of implementation, it is at one go or in phased manner. Whereas timing, if I talk about, then it can be retrospective, prospective, and immediate. And once the law is implemented, obviously they will experience that there are some difficulties, there are some changes which are required, or maybe there are some mistakes, so correction needs to be done for those errors. You know, corrigendum, you remember, no, corrigendum erratum for mistakes. Good. Then we also talked about arrangement of law, if you can recall. Law is arranged in a particular fashion, wherein we'll find preamble, then chapters or parts, which is nothing but group of sections, chapters or parts, or sometimes even chapters and parts. That can happen. I'll show you in Companies Act 2013. Few chapters have got even parts. Okay, sir. Then sections, subsections. Come on. Clauses, subclauses, proviso, subproviso. Huh? Explanation, schedules, annexures, appendix. Like that, there are different things. Anything written in law is called as a provision. What is proviso? Sir, exception. Special case. That's proviso. Good. Very good. And then different ways of denoting, Then, what do you read when you read a law? Just bare act? No, sir. There are multiple things which are read along with the bare act, like amendments, amendment acts, or notifications. Correct or not? And then, corrigendum erratum. So, in case there are mistakes, they might have issued that. And then, followed by rules, and then removal of difficulties orders, circulars, also some standards. Remember, no? And then judicial or quasi-judicial pronouncements, that means case laws, Indian, foreign, in foreign preferably which one? English, British, isn't it? Because mainly our source of inspiration is Britishers because of the British rule, obviously. And then, come on, other laws also we might refer. Huh? While reading one law, we may refer to other laws. And then experts' comments. Why experts' comments? Maybe we are stuck somewhere, so we take the help of experts. And then history, that is historical facts, customs, change in technology. Dictionary as well, we might have to refer. Right? Which dictionary? Sir, first obviously legal, right? Technical, some other technical one, or if that is also not of use, then go to general. So if your Batku continues, then the dictionary continues. And same way, if your Batku continues, then the list continues. That's where we have written etc. Understand? So if you need it, you'll have to refer more things, not just the ones which are before you. Okay. Now coming to the reading of case law. So only citation is enough? No, sir. That's just for the reference sake. Like we have names, same way case will have some name. So apart from the name of the parties, we will find, yeah, the authority which gave the judgment, the year in which judgment was given. Subject matter will come later. Okay. So year in which judgment had come, and then the journal in which it is published, the volume number of that journal, the page number as well. Like that, there are multiple things in the citation. We don't have to by heart that. As I've told you, just that if you remember the party's name, that's enough. Right? At your age, probably even if you say one of the precedent case laws, will not mind. But then as I've told you, once you become a professional, we expect even the name of the parties you should remember, because if that's a landmark judgment, you will have to quote it by what? Name, no? As of now, you can say, one of the cases because I don't remember the name. Okay, we'll accept it. But later, we can't accept it. Right? You don't remember both the parties' name, only one. That's also enough? Yes, I've told you no that day. Salman versus Salman. Instead of that, if you say Salman's case, Mohar Bibi's case, चलेगा क्या? चलेगा. यार कुछ तो याद है ना, reference करने के लिए तो easy है. Then subject matter. Come on, fast. Facts of the case. Sir, contention, intentions. After facts, opinions. No. So contention, intentions, evidences, witnesses, arguments. And then finally the judge gives the judgment. So we'll have to understand the whole mechanism. How did they arrive at the judgment? That process matters. It's not just judgment matters, boss. Because if facts gets changed, then what can happen? Judgment get changed. Other things get changed. Judgment can get changed. So it's important to know the whole process, procedure. And then, so sir, as a student, we'll be reading all this? No, I didn't say that. But this is the right way of studying a case law is what I shared. So as a student, we know you'll not be bothered about everything. We know that, and it is not required also at this level. But later on as a professional, when you read, do you think you bother about each and every element which is written on the board here? Yes, sir. Correct? Okay. Then, acha, what are the different names of decision? You remember, no? I don't think I have to revise that. Decision, verdict, pronouncement, decree, judgment. It's all one and the same. Bodies. So three bodies that we know: legislature, executive, judiciary. Judiciary gives sense to law, so resolves the disputes, isn't it? It helps in interpreting the law, whereas legislature is making law and obviously executive is implementing law. Different types of work. We can group that into three types, we said. What are those three types? Correct. Compliance, advisory, litigation. Litigation can also be called as representation, isn't it? There are multiple sections in laws. We didn't bother about all of them because we cannot discuss generally all of them. But generally we can discuss section 1 and 2. Section 1, title, extent, commencement date. Plus I said application as well, if you remember. Extent, geographical. Application, sir, company. We were talking about Companies Act, so electricity company, banking company, like that we were talking about. Isn't it? Negotiable Instruments Act, then promissory note, bills of exchange, check. Only these three instruments it will apply. Like that application we were talking about, no? And then commencement date. Correct. Retrospective, prospective, immediate. Which one? Generally which one? Prospective. And will they specify one single date? No, sir. That's also not necessary, because if it is implemented in phases, Then not. Then you will find what? Power given to central government to specify, to notify the dates from which the sections will be applicable. Correct or not? That's why single date or phased manner. Title can be short or long. You remember? The Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Securities Interest Act 2002. Huh? Sir, is this the name of the law? Come again, sir. The Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Securities Interest Act 2002. Definitely long title. There's no doubt about it. But this is not just the example for long title, isn't it? Even the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999 is a long title. Only thing is that title should help us understand something about that law. Not merely the Foreign Exchange Act. Okay. If it is the case, then we understand, okay, it is about foreign exchange. But what are they want? What do they want from foreign exchange? What do they want us to do with foreign exchange? We'll not know that. But when they said managing foreign exchange, we understood, okay, they don't want to discourage foreign exchange, they want to manage it. And management will include even restrictions. Correct? The Companies Act 2013. Short title, because it doesn't help us with interpretation. It doesn't help us whether we want to encourage, manage, regulate the companies. Isn't it? Great. Then section number 2 generally has definitions. Why did I say generally? There is a possibility in some law. Section number 3 is covering definitions like Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, IBC. You will find definitions given in section number 3, not in section number 2. Oh, like that also it happens. Yes, but rarely. Generally you find 90 out of 100 laws you will find what? Section 2 is reserved for definitions. Okay. Yes, sir. Rules of interpretation. So generally we follow which rule? Literal. Very good. Generally we follow literal. But if literal doesn't help us in achieving the objective, then we go for what? Reasonable interpretation. What are the Latin maxims for this? Ratio legis is reasonable interpretation. Literal legis is literal interpretation. You remember, no? Following the words as it is literal. As it is. May. Shall. Yes or no? And. Or. जैसा है वैसा. दिमाग नहीं लगाने का. You don't apply brain. You don't use even case laws and all when it comes to literal interpretation. But then if the objective is not achieved, then it is of no use. So that is where we shift to reasonable interpretation, where we apply brain. Yes or no? I have taken few examples already. Because this is a recap session, I am not again taking the examples. You remember? Come on. So now let us take up a few legal terms as we said, so that we can go ahead with our basics of company law. Chalo. So first term in this list is Misphisms. Kindly put the date, right, and put the heading few legal terminologies, right. It's not the complete list, as you can understand. It's only a few terms which I have picked. Just wanted to show you some sample, that's it, nothing more than that. Okay, we'll be coming across a lot of legal terms during the course of our syllabus or the laws which we are going to study. Acha, by the way, company law we are going to read it fully. Are we going to read company law fully? No, sir. Chapter 1 to chapter 10 plus 22. Remember, no? So it's not fully. So first term, Misphisms. Any idea? No, sir. Okay, no problem. You know it. Okay, you're saying Misphisms. That means some miss is involved, some female is involved here. No, sir. That's what not I meant. Okay, misstatement. So something wrong there, sir. Miscommunication. Something wrong there, sir. Misrepresentation. Something wrong there, sir. Same way, Misphisms. Something wrong there, sir. You're right. If you say this, you are right. Misphisms. Now, just now I compared this with mistakes. Mistake. MIS आता है ना? तो मतलब कुछ गलत है. Misrepresentation, miscommunication. सब में क्या है? Something wrong there, some problem there. Same way, misphisms. What does it mean? It means breach of duty causing loss to others. Misphisms, just remember the word feasibility. So it's not feasible to someone, that means it's causing loss to someone. Breach of duty causing loss to others. Understand, my dear friends? So if I fail to do my duty, if I do a breach of my duty, just imagine, okay, just an example, don't be scared, and because of that you suffer in the examination, then what will it be? Misphisms. Simply breach of duty is not misphisms. Means breach of duty coupled with causing loss to others, both the elements, then we'll say it is misphisms. Okay? Yes sir, wonderful, fine. Sir, but one example you give. No sir, that's what I gave. No sir, this is in the example, right? And we know that you will not do this, sir, right? You will not do a breach whereby it will cause harm to us. No mobile phones during the classes. Okay sir? Okay, why not? Let me give you an example from company law, right? When the promoters of the company have obviously promoted the company, incorporated the company, and let's say they are raising funds, do you think they should, if they are raising funds from public, they'll be issuing prospectus? So when they prepare prospectus, do you think they shall be giving all untrue statements there, false statements there? No, they should give the whole picture, complete picture, and truthful information, true information should be given there, isn't it? Yes or no? But let's say they don't do that, that means they have done breach of their duty. And because of this, if shareholder, suppose you subscribe and become a shareholder, so if shareholder suffers loss, then what is it? Misphisms. Someone has done breach of duty, and thereby what happened? Has caused loss to others. Has caused loss. Has caused loss. Misphisms. You stop at breach of duty and say it is misphisms. I'm repeating again, it will be wrong. It has to be coupled with causing loss. Okay? Yes sir, fine. Next one, what is written? Overriding provision, also called as non-obstant clause. Okay sir. Sir, what is overriding provision? Overriding someone. You understand overriding someone? That means you enjoy supremacy. When you say I am overriding someone, I am the overriding authority, that means you are the supreme authority, that means you are overriding someone. You are supreme over someone. That's what is overriding. So overriding provision. Let us say section number 51 says I am overriding provision. So overriding meaning it says don't bother about others. Follow me. Follow me. No sir, actually 57 is having conflict with 59. 57 said I am overriding provision. So you don't have to worry. Are you getting my point? So provisions which are overriding are enjoying what? Supremacy. They are dominant. So if there are two sections which are not agreeing to each other and this one is overriding, then whom will you listen to? This overriding. And it is compliance, sufficient compliance then. So sir, this provision which is overriding what? Only overriding one section, or overriding few group of sections, or overriding a particular chapter, or overriding the whole of this law, or overriding few of the other laws, or overriding all the laws? Anything is possible. So it can override only one of the sections. It can override few sections. It can override a chapter. It can override whole of the law, or few of the laws, or all the laws. Sir, how will we identify? Obviously, language. So you will find a prefix called as what? Notwithstanding. Notwithstanding anything written anywhere. Notwithstanding anything in any other law. That means it is overriding All the laws, everything, notwithstanding anything contained in Securities Contract Regulation Act. That means it's talking about only overriding which law? Securities Contract Regulation Act, not all the laws. समझ में आ रहा मैं जो बोल रहा हूं? Notwithstanding anything contained in section 58, 59, 60. That means it's overriding only those three sections, specified ones. So language पढ़ना समझ में आता, समझ में आ रहा? अभी मैं सिर्फ एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूं, मैं पहले ही बोला, क्या बोला मैं? ये तो सिर्फ few legal terms है. I just want to introduce to this so that when we study, you bother about this as well. Oh, legal term matters to us because our language has to be sophisticated. So legal term matters or not? Latin maxims matters or not? Yes. So at least एक idea आया. Okay, this way we will be coming across lot of, come on, lot of legal terms. And we may have provisions of this sort as well. Okay, sir. Don't imagine too much. Now you say, sir, sky comes on to the earth, then what will happen? Right? So I'll say, beta aisa hota nahi. Lawmakers are smart, intelligent. If you can think of it, just imagine, will they not think about that? So isliye. So those type of things won't happen. My dear friends who are watching live, don't worry. If some doubt really I think should be shared with you, I will repeat that question, or I will probably frame that question again and share it with you as well, but this time it is not required. So doesn't mean that you should not ask these type of doubts. Madam, you can ask. Whether to repeat that to the audience watching live matters, and that discretion I will take. Okay? Yes, sir. Any doubt, sir? No, sir. So then proceed to the next one, sir. Subject to. Sir, this is an English term actually. Yeah, you're right. This is not actually legal term as such. Okay, but you will keep finding. So that's where I've written. Subject to, subject to. Like they say, appointment of managerial person is subject to schedule number 5. Okay. Appointment of managerial person is subject to schedule number 5. Who says this? Sir, one of the section only will say no, sir. Yeah, section number 196 says this of Companies Act. Okay. So this is a not hypothetical example, factual example. So now, if you have complied 196, does this mean you have complied with schedule number 5 also? Sir, no, sir, you don't ask this way. Actually, you should ask this way, sir. Reverse way. If you have complied with schedule number 5, can you say you have complied with section 196? Because section number 96 is saying appointment is subject to schedule 5. So section 196 cannot be said to be complied with unless and until you comply with schedule 5. I am teaching well, subject to you understand, no? I am teaching well, I am teaching well, I am teaching well. Arey, but you are not able to follow, then do you think I can say I am teaching well? No. So that's subject to what? Your understanding. So you understand, then yeah, I can say I am teaching well. Getting my point? Same way, boss, section 196 says appointment of managerial person is subject to schedule 5. Section 5, schedule 5. And now you complied with schedule 5. That means 196 has been complied with. You don't comply with schedule 5 and you say, we have appointed properly as per the law and all as per 196. Is it really done? No. Got it, my dear students? Come on. Yes, sir. So, sir, shall we write something? Your wish. You can write the example. You want to skip it? Your wish. As such, as I've told you, this is not a legal term. I accept it. Then, without prejudice to. You know what is prejudicial? Harmful. Correct? Prejudice, harming. That means prejudicial, harmful. Beneficial is opposite of prejudicial. So now when we say without prejudice to, meaning without harming. So one section might start with these words, without prejudice to any other section. That means don't harm others. That means, sir, this is like opposite of overriding provision. Because overriding provision is saying, listen to me, forget about others, notwithstanding anything contained. So that means it's saying, don't listen to others, listen to me. If it is harmful also to others, forget it, listen to me. That's what is overriding, no? Supremacy. But what is happening when without prejudice to is written? Don't harm others. Live and let live. Live and let live. Let others also live. That's without prejudice to. Quite opposite to overriding. Overriding says, only listen to me. It's enough. Whomever I am overriding, you can ignore them and follow only me. Clear? Sections are also of different types. Provisions are also of different types. We need to understand. Okay, sir. Next. Let's talk about save. You know, saving in law. Sir, if we earn 10,000 rupees and spend 8,000, 2,000 is our saving. That savings we know. That is financial savings. That's savings in finance. But I am talking about law. Exception. What? What do you mean by saving in law? Exception. Sir, proviso also you said exception. It's a special case. Here also you're talking about like that. Saving. Yeah, I will explain you the difference when we actually see that. Don't worry about it. Okay, I know that. I just made you recall this. Yes. And if I remember now, do you think I'll remember later also? Obviously, yes, no? And when we come across directly, we will definitely explain. Okay. So save means accept, not accept, accept. EXCEPT. Okay. So accept as otherwise provided. So this is there unless and until there is some exception. Save as otherwise provided. Accept as otherwise provided. Come to class tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Save as otherwise provided. That means accept as otherwise provided. So if someone else is providing you the information that class has to start at 10 o'clock, then okay. Otherwise, you'll come at 8. That's how it is, no? Same way in law also, you'll understand. So carefully follow the words, the language of the law. In foundation, I don't think you have done that. You were just bothered about the concept, that's it. Not the language, not the words. Every section or every concept which you read, you just bothered about what is it. But how is it framed? What's the flow of the language? Which words have been picked? You have always ignored it is what I feel. Am I right? But can we do that now? No. Right? Why are we discussing all this? Can we ignore again the terminologies and the flow, the way they have formed the sentence, how they're presenting? No. Understand, you have to improve your level. At final level again, further you need to improve. Uncle. Final level, further you need to improve. Same way then, once you become chartered accountant, further you need to improve. And then after 5 years of post-qualification experience, further you need to improve. That means daily basis, you need to improve. Improve and improve. Correct, sir. So save as otherwise provided means what? Except as otherwise provided. Okay. Leave. Sir, leave. Chutti, sir. Holiday, sir. Selvu, sir. I have taken leave from my office today. That means what? And that's where we are wrong. It's not chutti. Leave means permission. When we take chutti, no, it means leave of absence. I will be absent. For that I am taking permission or I have taken permission. Leave means what? Permission. It's a wrong perception again of people. Leave means chutti. I have applied for leave. We say this. Actually we should say applied for leave of absence. लेकिन लोगों में पेशेंस है नहीं. कौन बोलेगा लीव ऑफ एब्सेंस? ये गौतम जैन को कुछ काम नहीं है. Leave is enough. So informally we have agreed among ourselves. Leave means what? Leave of permission. Sorry, leave of absence. Slip of tongue. Sorry. Leave of absence. Informally we have agreed. Chal raha, chal raha. Clear? So, sir, this term leave and what are you talking about? Yes, it's one and the same. It's leave, which is nothing but permission. So now, if I tell you, I have taken leave from office to go to the department. Okay, some department, some government department. Is it right? Yes, I have taken permission to go to the department. आ रहा समझ में? Sir, I have taken leave from my parents to go to the class. Correct? Eh? Yes. Permission, no boss. Without leave, without the leave of the court, you cannot do this. That means without the permission of the court, you can't do it. This way, we will be using the term leave, leave, leave. Leave means what? Permission. So start focusing on the language, on the words which we will come across while reading the provision, while discussing the provision. Chalo, great. Next one, forthwith. Any idea what is forthwith? Immediately. What is forthwith? Immediately. Immediately. Okay, sir. Next, sir. What is next? Injunction. Not injection. Sir, yes, we have come across this in a CA foundation itself, sir. We know what is injunction. The restraining order is injunction. You have come across in CA foundation. Suit for injunction. हाँ यस सुन लिया. कितनी बार बोलेंगे? मैं मैडम को देख रहा हूं थोड़ा. मैडम इज रिकॉलिंग, ट्राइंग टू रिकॉल. No, you couldn't recall? Okay, no problem. We will help you. So suit for injunction, when we said, that means we have filed a suit to bring a restraining order. So what is restraining order, sir? Stopping someone from doing that thing which he himself said he will not do. Prabhas said 10 years I'll work only for Mr. Rajamouli. Contract done. Rajamouli Saab, yes, I agree. I will not work for any other production house. I'll only work for you and your production house. Who said this? Prabhas. Agreed. 10 years. Now after 7 years, he starts working for Karan Johar. He starts working for some other production house. Now don't you think Mr. Rajamouli can go to the court and ask the court to order Mr. Prabhas to stop working in other production houses? So they're stopping him. Yeah, they're stopping him from doing what? Which he himself said he will not do. He only said, I'll not work for others. So why are you working? Stop. Restraining, stopping. So that's nothing but injunction. Okay? No internal or discussions like this. Okay? Once the class session is over, then we may. But not during the session unless I permit you. Okay, sir? So what did I tell you? What is injunction? Getting a stay order. Nothing but restraining order. Stopping someone from doing that thing which he himself said he will not do. That way you can spell it out. So sir, in short you are saying they'll say statue. Statue. Stop. ऐसा है क्या? हाँ ऐसा ही है. और क्या? Stay means what? Statue. Oh, it is as simple as this. Yes. See, terminologies are different, but meaning is ultimately coming out to be the same, no boss? Right, sir. So injunction we have understood. Now let's talk about what? In lieu of. Instead of. In lieu of a gel pen, you can use ball pen. So what does that mean? Instead of a gel pen, you may use a ballpoint pen. So in law, we'll come across this in lieu of. Okay? Right, sir. Next, disgorgement. Next one, disgorgement. This is the effect and misphisms is the cause. Misphisms is the cause and this is the effect. Cause and effect relationship, you understand now? Come on, guys. Someone says, oh, you have cleared C-Enter with good marks, huh? Yes, I studied hard. I went to the classes regularly. I followed what all my teachers said. I have read all the ICA resources. So that is the cause of this effect. Yes or no? You have cleared, but पीछे मेहनत किए ना भाई. तो ये सब cause, and this is the effect now. Clear? So same way I am saying, what is cause here? Misphisms. What is misphisms? So someone who has done breach and caused loss to others, that is the reason now. Now effect is, he has to compensate that loss. He has to compensate that loss. Person A has done a breach of duty and person B has suffered a loss of 1 lakh. Now if court says, this George, rupees 1 lakh, that means what? You compensate that loss of 1 lakh which has happened because of your breach. Or suppose you have made a profit of 30,000 because of that breach. Then you have to refund that profit. It's like that. Understood? So compensate the loss, or if you have earned some profit out of it, return that, right? Refund that profit. That's where disgorgement. Okay? I hope you can see now. So misphisms and disgorgement, you can say it's like linked. Correct? So what is misphisms? Breach of duty causing loss to others. What is disgorgement? How will you compensate? Obviously by paying. Right? Or maybe sometimes by refunding the profit earned. That. Good. So thoda trailer दिख गया? Got the trailer? So same way you will be coming across a lot of legal terms and you will have to follow it, retain it, use it in the examination or when you speak, when you present anywhere. Language will look sophisticated. Stop using the general terms. Use those terms which are used in law. Clear? See, again you started. What did I say? This is not acceptable, Shivik. Otherwise I'll change your place. Don't please force me to do that. Okay. Sir, few we could see in the picture as well. The picture which I have pasted. If you could see some alphabets written there below what? Below that. Those alphabets you could see, no? Don't look at me. Look at that picture, sir. Arey, look at the picture, sir. Read those words, sir. Look at meaning what? Huh? Then, Sir, we are not able to see that properly. We are not able to read that properly. At least convey that to me, no? So we are looking at it but unable to read it. Correct? So point is that there are few more like this and many more when we read the law. But I'll not get into all that now. Trailer I wanted to show you. I have shown the trailer. Fine? Right. So now let's move on to what? Come on. Basics of company law. Better. And not just basics but even overview of company law. Okay, not just basics but overview of company law. That's where you have to focus on words as well. अभी तक आप नहीं शुरू किए. मैं कितनी बार बोल चुका हूं ना, बेसिक्स एंड ओवरव्यू ऑफ कंपनी लॉ नहीं बोला. फर्स्ट टाइम am I uttering this? No. Day one I started the session, I've told you this is going to be our sequence. So once we complete basics of law and interpretation, we'll get into basics and overview of company law. Okay? So let's get into what? Basics and overview of company law. Right, sir. Sir, earlier presentation you had some picture with empty chairs and you gave the explanation that because whenever we say basics, people are not interested in listening. That's why you had placed that picture. Correct? There was some reason behind that picture or not? Yes, sir. Same way, is there any reason behind putting this picture? Company law. That can be anywhere then. Hana? So you will have to come up with such type of interpretation that it makes sense in this context. Okay. He's saying something, okay, which is a general one. Building the base. So that can be used anywhere, no? That's why I said general. But you have to understand, I have used in the context of company law. So you have to connect it with company law and then share. Then I will appreciate. No doubt I appreciate anyways. If you're interacting, I always appreciate. If you're using brain, I always appreciate. Result is a different thing, boss. And right now, you're obviously in the process. This is process stage, no? You were input when you came here. Now what is going on? Processing. And then when you clear the examination, right? When you write the examination and get through, then you become what? Output. Input, processing, output. So processing is important or not? Quality of input matters? Yes, sir. Quality of processing matters? Yes, sir. That's where qualitative output will be the result. Chalo. So let me just share my point of view, which probably you may agree, disagree, your wish. India is a democratic country. So you have full right to disagree with me. There's no problem. Why I have used this picture is for the simple reason that it's not that the Companies Act 2013 was implemented at one go. Few they have taken, right, and implemented. Then later on few more. Then few more, like that they have built it. That's where I thought maybe this picture can be taken. And there are other ways of interpreting as well, but this was my idea behind taking it. You like it? Okay. Don't like it? God bless you. Let us proceed. Right? So as you could see, we are talking about some of the previous company laws. So put the heading. Correct? The first one in this is what? The previous or the Companies Act. History of the Companies Act. See, you have written the overall heading, basics and overview of company law. In that, we'll have some topics, some concepts, no? So first one, I'm sharing what? Different company laws. Different company laws. So right now it is Companies Act 2013 in India. And before this 2013 Act, which one was there? Any idea? Yes, sir, 1956. And before 1956? So that is where I just wanted to show you this particular slide. So it all started with Companies Act 1850. Then it went on to 1866. Then 1882. Then 1913. 1956. And finally we have 2013. Oh my God. OMG. These many Companies Act, we just thought 1956 was the first one and 2013 is the second one. Yeah, that's where I have shown you this, or I have written this, I have covered this. Because I know normally students feel that only, which is wrong, so wrong. Rather, when you read the definitions given in section number 2, given under section number 2 of Companies Act 2013, you will find that there is one of the clause which is defining previous law, previous company law. And they've given the list, complete list. I've picked up the major ones and written it here. Okay, I've picked up the major ones and written it here. You're in a hurry to write? अरे first understand. हाँ, मेरे को समझाने तो थोड़ा कुछ तो बस लिखने में है और इंटरेक्शन भी करना है. आप लिखते जा रहे, मेरे को देख रहे नहीं, इंटरेक्ट नहीं कर रहे. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. ठीक है, लिखना आराम से, मैं टाइम दूंगा ना, डिस्कशन तो होगा ना थोड़ा, ऐसे ही थोड़ी भगा दूंगा. और shall I move on to the next one? No, obviously not. So now when we look at this slide, एंड इतना टाइम लगता भी नहीं, मैं बताऊं तो आप पूरा लिखते बैठे. मैं क्या करता था, 1850 फिर डिट्टो डिट्टो, 1866 डिट्टो डिट्टो, 1882 हो गया, और क्या करना है. नहीं सर, दो कंपनीज एक्ट, दो इंडियन कंपनीज एक्ट. अच्छा रे बाबा, लिख ले, बाद में तो मत लिख, थोड़ा स्मार्टनेस यूज करना, ठीक है. यस सर. सो लेट्स कम एंड टॉक अबाउट व्हाट. हाँ, कंपनीज एक्ट ओनली सर. Talk about what? So, sir, we could see that the first company law, or the company law which we have written 1850, after that there was 1866. That means this particular law had a life of some 16 plus years. I can't say exactly 16, correct? 16 plus. Because who knows, again when 1866 was brought in, still 1850 was there, because 1866 was brought in phases. So all sections were not brought in together. So they were using both, few sections from there, few sections from here. Possibility is there or not? Yes sir, there is a possibility. Then sir, we could understand 1866 could go for again some 16 plus years. Then 1882 for 31 plus years. And then 1913 some 43 plus years. And then 1956 प्लस, डोंट फॉरगेट प्लस, बोलो ना, अभी अभी तो गया वो पूरा, अभी आया 2013 पूरा, तो 56 57 प्लस इयर्स. ओके सर, सो वी अंडरस्टैंड आउट ऑफ दिस एनालिसिस दैट द लॉ मेकर्स आर डूइंग अ गुड जॉब. अर्लियर the law which they made was only for 16 plus years, then 31 plus, then 43 plus, then 56 plus. So the life of the law is increasing. Good, no? Good enough. It's really, I mean, something which needs to be appreciated. If you're making a law and it can stand for more and more years, don't you think it's something good? They visualized it well, they understood the environment well, they understood the mindset well. Correct? So, my dear students, please understand, this particular list shows us that lawmakers are learning from their experiences and are doing pretty decent job. Now please tell me how much life you are expecting to be of Companies Act 2013. Definitely sir, more than what was the life of 1956. We don't know exactly 100 years, 200 years, right? 90 years, we don't know. But at least we can understand this will be better than 1956, seeing the experience of the lawmakers. Secondly, let me tell you, they have done some smartness this time, unlike the previous company laws. That's why we are confident that this law will go on for years and years. But that time will tell, obviously. But we are predicting, we are assuming, we are guessing that it will go on for years and years. On what basis, sir? As I said, the SmartNet which they used, they have rules in every chapter, for every chapter, and minimum one set of rules. Some chapters have got more than one set of rules as well. So wherever they know that things will change, they said, let's not write in law, let's write in rules. Followed. So if at all we have to change, what do we need to change? Rules. So law will not lose its importance or validity. ज्यादा चेंजेस करना भी पड़ा, ज्यादा मेनी, तो भी किसमें करना पड़ता? रूल्स में. तो लॉ तो इंटैक्ट है ना बस. Like what you did is your foundation. Suppose now you want to construct house, 2 floors is enough, but you have got 8 floors foundation done. 8. You want only how many? 2, but 8 floors का foundation डाल दिया. Now there was a requirement, or you had some savings, so surplus money was there, so you thought let's build 3rd, 4th floor and give it on rent. Then again after 3 years you thought, array, further I have money, why not build a study room? So sixth floor, third, fourth, fifth, you built it. Now sixth, complete. Then seventh, like that. You can move on till now. Eighth, if you have built it for, this is vision, boss. No, no, I need two. I'll put only two. And next year, if you need three, then what will you do? You're getting my point? So they understood this and they've captured it. Okay, sir. Sir, one more thing which I observe here is that the name of the law is starting with the words the, or someone will say the, your wish, whatever you want to say, the. And then some name written there, sir, companies, Indian companies, followed by the word act, and then the year. So is it like generally it happens this way? Is it generally it happens this way? That first you have the words you have the word then actually the name of the law, followed by the words act, or maybe sometimes code, 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 insolvency and bankruptcy code, Indian penal code, okay, code, act or code, and then year. Is it like this? Come on, you're taking so much of time. Absolutely yes, you have read few laws in your foundation. I have shown you what is your syllabus this time. There also you have come across the name of the laws, no? The Indian Contract Act 1872. The Indian Contract Act 1872 year. The Sale of Goods Act 1930. The Indian Partnership Act. So pattern is like this only, no? So what is the significance of the word the? Any idea? Yes, sir. The denotes uniqueness. Do you think we have 3 company laws in our country and the companies are given the choice to pick one which they want to follow and follow that one? No, it's not the case. No, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. Like you were given an option in this academy, pick. These are the 3 law faculties, these are the 3 law teachers, these are the 3 what do you say, tax teachers. हाँ ऐसा नहीं ना. वैसे इधर क्या ऑप्शन दे रहा है आपको, पिक कर लो कौन सा कंपनी लॉ फॉलो करना है वो फॉलो करो. नो. Clear? Come on guys. Sir, year, why do they denote year, sir? Looking at the year, what do you understand? कुछ तो समझ में आ रहा ना, अभी देख रहे तो. अच्छा 2013. Okay. This law was made or was implemented, something you can understand, in 2013. So this is not of 1890s, 1900s. कुछ तो idea आ गया देखते ही. Looking at it itself you understood. No other person had to tell you this. So is it not helping? Yeah. Okay, so when they made this law, the circumstances were not outdated one, the recent ones only. Clear? Next. Sir, we also observe that law keeps replacing with another law also. Not just changes, amendments, but one law gets replaced with, yeah, so it will replace itself. Like Companies Act 1956 got completely replaced by Companies Act 2013. Okay, so they're open for that. Yes, if situation demands. There are multiple amendments which are required to be made, huge number of amendments which are required to be made because environment had changed. Environment has changed. They'll change the law. They'll replace the law. Like if you're aware now, they're planning to change few criminal laws. If you have heard of, there's always already a proposal. Don't know. Indian Evidence Act, Code of Criminal Procedure, like that. One more is there. 3 laws. They're planning to replace it totally. They said Britishers have made it and long back they made it. Now it needs to change. It needs to be changed. So they're changing it. They've proposed already. Don't follow business news. Don't follow political news at all. Only Bollywood news, Tollywood news, huh? Or sports news. नहीं करते follow, करना. See, you want to become a chartered accountant. You aspire to become a CA. So obviously you need to develop those skills which will help you to become a सक्सेसफुल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, डिजर्विंग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट. सीए तो बनेंगे राजा. I said successful and deserving. So for that, don't you think you need to know the business news? You need to know the political news. If not all the news, at least ये दो तो expect कर सकते हैं आपसे हम लोग. Important है ना? I don't want crime news. कल का कौन कितना मर्डर हुआ, कितना हुआ, अपने को उससे मतलब नहीं. बट इससे मतलब है ना पार्लियामेंट में कौन सा बिल पास हुआ, किस पे डिस्कशन चल रहा, सेशन में है नहीं है पार्लियामेंट, कौन सी गवर्नमेंट आ सकती नेक्स्ट टाइम, कुछ है क्या आपके पास, समथिंग लाइक दिस. और yesterday some merger acquisition deal happened. Which one was that? Which company has shared its financials, has reported its financials? At least that much we can ask you. है ना? We can, and you have to answer. So you have to develop yourself for that as well. Don't just work on the subjects which you have. That is anyways there. But indirectly what all are required also needs to be developed. So you need to keep yourself updated with the news around. Okay. So sir, shall I buy newspaper now? Economic Times, Business Standard and all? No need. App, free of cost, you'll be able to get the news. You don't have to buy newspapers or subscribe the newspapers these days. Yes or no? Or internet? You can do that. Website you visit of the respective newspaper, and from there also you can read. Sir, will not be able to follow anything. Beginning is like that only. When you started with CA Foundation, did you know anything about CA? No, but slowly you are able to know. Same way, when you start reading business newspapers, you will not understand anything. Initial 4-5 days, it will be like punishment to you. Seriously. But then slowly those concepts will get retained in your mind. You'll start asking doubt to yourself, then you will research, you will ask others, you will discuss with others, and then you'll start enjoying. Anything will take time. You'll take time to settle. Yes or no? Are you taking time with me as well to settle? Yes, sir. Hardly 3-4 days. So you don't expect us to get very comfortable with you. Slowly we'll get comfortable. I'll also get comfortable. It happens. Right, sir. So we understood that they are ready to change the laws if required, if the environment changes, if the society changes, if they expect a new version of it. Okay? Chalo, great. Now let's do some comparison between Companies Act 1956 and 2013. And we'll do comparison of 3 things, as you could see on the left hand side. On the left hand side, preamble. अरे बोलो, मुंह में लड्डू है क्या रे भाई, या सो रहे सुबह सुबह? Preamble, scope, section 1. These 3 we want to compare. Put the heading. माताओं, बहनों, भाइयों, पितरों, please. Comparison. And you'll have 3 columns. That means tabular form only you will write. Basis 1956, 2013. सर इतना प्यार से पढ़ना पड़ता क्या? प्यार मोहब्बत से एकदम. Yes, you're into a professional course. I've told you this is going to be your profession, bread and butter. So obviously, with a lot of respect, love, you'll have to read anything and understand it thoroughly, properly, digest things. Come on, don't start writing. I just said format, heading लिख दिए. अभी तो मैं कुछ बोला ही नहीं, आप पूरा चेप दे रहे बुक में. Don't start following your hobby immediately. I know your favorite hobby is copying. Please don't do that. Come on, let's understand first. What did I write? Preamble. Preamble means what? Objective in short. Yes, sir. So what is the preamble of Companies Act 1956? To consolidate and amend the law relating to companies and other associations. What, sir? What is 1956 saying? To consolidate and amend the law relating to companies and certain other associations. Meaning, see, when they thought of 1956, already 1913 was there. So what was wrong with 1913? Is it that in 1913 they started bringing some amendments, changes, so things got scattered? होता है ना, हमारे घर पे भी क्लीनिंग होता है, cleaning, daily cleaning. Then apart from daily cleaning, we do some periodical what do you say, once in while cleaning, like Diwali, Dashera, Christmas, whatever is your festival which you think is the main one. That cleaning is different, isn't it? Deep cleaning, that's a deep cleaning. So daily basis deep cleaning is not possible. हाँ, थोड़ा बहुत हटा दो, सोफा हटा के निकाल लो 10 दिन में, वो अलग चीज है. But then complete cleaning, deep cleaning will happen once in a year or two maybe. Am I right? Why do we do that? Sir, the one reason is we want to discard all unnecessary things, dispose of unnecessary things. Second thing is to understand which things we don't have. We were thinking we have got the scissor, but then when we did deep cleaning, we did not find it. So we got to know, oh, scissor we don't have, we'll have to buy it. Opener we don't have, opener of the bottle we don't have, oh, we have to buy it. Correct? Oh, these medicines are all expired, better throw it away, discard it, dispose it off. Oh, this thing is not there, I was thinking that maybe we have that hammer, let's buy it. Getting it? Oh, this thing is there, but it's like book, we were looking out for some book, that's in hall, rather it should be in study, it should be in my room, let's shift it. Oh, Papa's clothes are in my cupboard, my clothes, God knows. So let's arrange it. Don't you think that is the reason why we do cleaning? Same way, when I'm talking about these laws, don't you think that sort of cleaning has to be done, deep cleaning sometimes? Regular cleaning they might be doing, some amendment required somewhere, they're doing it. But then deep cleaning is required, and that will happen with a new law. So things are scattered, what will they do? They'll bring it at one place. Like I said, पापा के कपड़े इधर है उधर है, सब लेके कबर्ड में बराबर लगाओ, एक जगह पापा के कबर्ड में, right? Father's cupboard you put it. So what are we trying to tell you here? That sections also might be scattered, provisions might be scattered, it's possible. Arrange it properly, consolidate it properly. Correct? So when they brought 1956, what did they think of? Consolidating 1913. But only for the purpose of consolidation they will bring a new law? No. For what? Even amending. Like I said, no deep cleaning, why do you do? Only for setting right papa's clothes or things like this? No. So dispose it off, bring new things. That also no. Same way here, only for consolidating purpose will you bring a new law? No. So one has to understand consolidating and amending. Both are required. Amending means new, or delete old, or change the existing one. Bring new one, or delete the existing one, or change the existing one. All are amendments only. So what is the preamble of Companies Act 1956? Consolidating and amending the laws relating to companies. That means 1956 is saying 1913 we will consolidate and amend. And they also said certain other associations. Which other associations? Sir, like companies incorporated outside India. They are not incorporated in India, no. So they are not companies for us. They are certain other associations for us. We would like to regulate them or not? Yes. So that's where they added. Followed to consolidate. So what was the preamble? To consolidate and amend the law relating to companies and certain other associations. What about 2013? So same story. 1956 things might have got scattered here and there. They want to arrange it, consolidate it properly, and then make necessary amendments. That means bring new ones, remove existing ones which are outdated, change wherever required. Sir, what about certain other associations? So read first the preamble of 2013 Act. What does it says? Consolidate and amend the law relating to companies. The law relating to companies. That means 1956. When they brought 2013, what was there? 1956. So they want to consolidate 1956. They want to amend 1956. And already 1956 was talking about certain other associations. So do they need to write again? No. Simple no. Already they are talking about 1956. And 1956 anyways contain other associations. So it is well taken care. You don't have to write it again. Like few people say PAN number. PAN number. Heard of it? And you think it is right? No sir. PAN is the correct one. Permanent account number. आ गया ना number? PAN itself has number. So why should I say PAN number? DIN number. Director identification number. Number. When you say DIN, that itself has got what? Number. Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell you? So you don't have to say DIN number. You say DIN, enough. Full form of DIN is Director Identification Number. CIN. Corporate Identity Number. You don't have to say CIN number. But people say this way only. CIN number, CIN number. सर ऐसा क्यों बोलते? वही मेरे को भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा आज तक. तो जहां पॉसिबल है डोंट प्लीज यूज इट. यू एटलीस्ट करेक्ट योरसेल्फ. सर same way I have heard Xerox, photocopy. Photocopy, people don't say photocopy. They say what? Xerox. Xerox. You remember? I think you have told you. है ना? No? Okay. Photocopy. The first machine by company Xerox. But people started replacing the word photocopy with Xerox. अरे मशीन कैन बी ऑफ नॉट कंपनी Xerox, कैन बी अदर कंपनीज ऑल्सो. LG का मशीन होगा तो क्या LG 2 बोलेंगे क्या? फोटोकॉपी 2 भी बोलेंगे ना. तो वैसे Xerox 2 क्यों बोलेंगे भाई? आस्क फॉर व्हाट? फोटोकॉपी. बट देन इफ यू गो एंड स्टैंड बिफोर द photocopy shop fellow and say give me 2 photocopies, he will say photo. पक्कन शॉप will do. बाजू वाले शॉप में जाओ, यहां नहीं मिलता फोटो, यहां Xerox मिलता. Do you have the patience to explain it to him all this? No. You'll say, okay भैया दो Xerox दे दो. That is still okay, I will say, because you cannot explain there to these type of persons. But at least these type of things, PAN. Why should I say PAN number? DIN number. DIN. Enough, no. वैसे यहाँ पर अभी आप बोलेंगे हाँ नहीं add sir to consolidate and amend the law relating to companies and certain other associations. Why should I add? Already 2013 is talking about 1956 and 1956 talks about or takes care of certain other association. Job done. Clear? Sir, but why should we regulate those companies which are incorporated outside India, sir? Certain other associations, I am giving one example. Companies incorporated outside India. अक्कड़ा उधर क्या है? उधर incorporation. तो इधर regulation क्यों? Why should we regulate here? Sir, some business connection. That's why we have to regulate. Or who knows, they are raising funds from India. They are raising funds from India. I am saying They are raising funds from India. I'm not saying we are raising funds from them. ऐसा भी होता सर. हाँ, नेपाल, श्रीलंका अपने से फकाट है ना. Yes or no? तो अपने से मांगते and we give them. Like we can borrow, same way they can borrow from us, no boss. See, foreign doesn't mean only Europe, US, Australia. Nepal is also foreign. Sri Lanka also is foreign. नहीं पता है तो अपने रिलेटिव का इंस्टाग्राम देख लो. फॉरेन टूर करके आया. कहां गए थे? नेपाल, श्रीलंका गए थे. समझ में आया था, उसको भी फॉरेन कंट्री बोलते. Am I right, guys? चलो, तो प्रियम्बल कंपैरिजन समझ में आ गया. Scope meaning how much is the length and breadth of this Companies Act. First, let's talk about 1956. In 1956, we had parts. How many? 1 to 13. Covering sections. How many? 1 to 658. And there were schedules as well. Sorry, guys. And there were schedules as well. How many? 1 to 15. Okay, sir. So some parts, some sections, some schedules. Fine. Sir, what about 2013 Act? Chapters. How many? 1 to 29. Sir, you can directly say 29, no? You're showing off. Show off kar rahe. When I'm saying like this, there is a reason behind it. You should ask the reason. Okay, I will tell you that. But before that, so 1 to 29, then 1 to 470 sections, and schedule number 1 to 7. Wow! Only 1 to 470 sections. Whereas earlier, how many were there? 1 to 658. Wow, sir! Good that we are reading 2013 and not 1956. Schedules 1 to 15, now 1 to 7 only, sir. Lesser to study, sir. Don't be so happy so early, sir. Don't go by numbers. Numbers can cheat you. Content is what matters. Isn't it? That's what, actually this is what happened initially. When people saw, oh, 1 to 470, that's it. 1 to 7, they were happy. Lesser. Then when they started following, they understood, boss, it is more than what was there in 1956. अरे बॉस, कंसोलिडेशन किए तो कम ही होते ना. कंसोलिडेशन कर रहे, तीन चीजों को पहले तीन अलग अलग बोल रहे थे, अब क्या बोल रहे? एक. तो कम ही होता ना नंबर. ये मैजिक थोड़ा ही है. Am I right or not? So that's where people were in the beginning very happy. Arey, consolidation has happened. So obviously 3 sections they have made it into 1. Some 2 sections they have made it into 1. Some sections they have removed. Like that they have done. So there is going to be what? Lesser number only. Correct? So don't be happy with the numbers is what I will tell you. Second thing, this is a rule embedded law. For every chapters, what did I tell you? Minimum 1 set of rules is there. So there also length increases, no? The length of the law increases or not? Yes. Unlike the previous case where it was not like rules for every chapter, for every parts. ठीक है? आउटलाइन दे रहा हूं भाई, इतने चैप्टर पढ़ने का है, इतने शेड्यूल हैं, इतने सेक्शन है बोल के. समझ में आ रहा ना? ऐसा. Jokes apart, but we got an idea. Okay, sir, come to this reason, sir. Chapter 1 to 29. ऐसा क्यों बोल रहे हैं आप? See, because there is a possibility that some chapter might have been removed, some new chapter might have come. You know, alphanumeric chapters can be there. Like 21A is one chapter which is brought in relating to producer companies. So how many chapters are there now, you tell me? You'll say, sir, 30. But 21A is the number. Same way, one chapter is removed also. Sick companies related chapter is removed. So now how many? So 29, sir. So don't you think this problem is there? Something added, something removed. So better instead of specifying that exact number, say specify the range 1 to 29. You're safe. Now if I say 21A, it's covered in 1 to 29. Yes or no? Same way section numbers. If you say 470 sections, it will be wrong. Because some section removed, some section added. समझ में आ रहा है? 11A section is there. Section 10 is omitted. Like that it will happen. So we cannot give the absolute number, specific number 470. It will be wrong. Better to give the range. सर हमको नहीं बोले फाउंडेशन में, तो अब बता रहा हूं ना मैं, इंप्रूव होना है नहीं होना है? नहीं सर हमको वैसे ही चलने का है, तुम्हारा मर्जी. India is a democratic country is what I can say. But then you are at the wrong path if you don't want to improve, is what I can just guide you or suggest you. You need to improve on a daily basis, and this is the way we try to improve. Small things, but we improve. Instead of specifying the exact number of sections, we give the range of sections always. Same way schedules. I don't have to explain now again why 1 to 7 schedules instead of saying 7 schedules. Sir, but in schedules, I have seen only 7 are there as of now. Arre, not just as of now, no, future also we have to see. That's why build up that habit of specifying always range. Chalo, now let's go for what? Section number 1. Let's compare section 1 of both the laws, both the acts. Yes, Companies Act 1956, section 1. Sir, what's the title? Written above, the Companies Act 1956. Sir, what about 2013? The Companies Act 2013. Already title written, that's why I have not written again. Okay. You have to reciprocate faster, boss, and not just 1 or 2. Everyone. So that I know that everyone is following, and then I can proceed further. Okay. Then section 1 of 1956 says it extends to whole of India, provided state of Nagaland with such suitable modifications. That means they wanted to apply some modification to state of Nagaland with respect to few provisions. So that's why they have written like this. You might be knowing Jammu and Kashmir, there was a separate flag. It was treated as a separate state. Special status was given. Same way in Northeast. Things were different earlier, not as we could see now. Okay. Manipur, there's a problem going on. You might have read in the news. Correct. तो कुछ ना कुछ चलते रहता है. Because of that, there was a need for them to give some exemptions to state of Nagaland with respect to a few provisions or apply it in a modified manner, which they did. Sir, what is exactly that? I want to know. That I'll say not in this class, beta. Not in this class meaning CA inter classes, right? CA final classes as well. That you have to Google it on your own. Research you have to do. Your own study, your own research is also important. Classes we will give you what is required, no doubt about that. But beyond a particular point, we cannot go. We have limitations, isn't it? Examination is there, time is there. There are limitations or not. So if you have interest, you should pick it. I will find it out. Why they gave some exemptions or some modifications to state of Nagaland. Let me try to find. Let me know the history there. Okay, do it. I will just guide you. Oh, this is the area where you can do research if you want to. Optional homework, you can take it and do it. And keep it to yourself. You don't have to come back to me as well. Unless you have some doubt or something and you want to ask, that's a different thing. Okay, sir. Then, what is the next thing which was written in section 1? Such date as CG may notify in official gazette. That means the law was implemented in phases. बोला ना भाई, ये तो 2-3 बार बोल दिया अभी तक में, या ज्यादा ही बोला होगा. Whenever this type of wordings are there, what does it mean? This is phased manner. such date as CG may notify in official gazette. From that date it will be implemented. If lawmakers are writing like this, that means they are giving the power to the central government. You decide the date. Okay, few sections now, few sections later, whatever. Your wish. Okay, sir. Then coming to now section number 1 of Companies Act 2013. Title anyways over, sir. Extends to whole of India. Extends to what? Whole of India. Acha, why are they writing the word whole of India? They can simply say India extends to India. Best of luck to each one of you. I can simply say best of luck to all, no? Or I can simply say best of luck. All of you are anyways there. But I say best of luck to each and every one. Each one of you. Why? To make you realize that I am wishing each one of you. Each one of you are special. लोकेश भाई, शादी में जरूर आना. मम्मी को भी लाना, पप्पा को भी लाना, छोटे भाई को भी लेके आना है. देखो दीदी को भी लेके आने का है. जिया जी को भी भूलना नहीं. सबको लेके आने का है शादी में. Sir, better we say with family you come. But what do? Specify each and every person's name to make them feel special, boss. To make them feel that we remember everyone, we want everyone. That's why we say, come on, get this person, get this person, get that person. Correct or not? Whole of India. All states, all union territories. Whole of India. When they say this whole of India, the impact is different. Simply saying India, the impact is different. We are talking about whole of India. So all the states, all the union territories. That's the geographical domain. Geographical jurisdiction. Then further what did they say? Also applies to, come on, also applies to what? Companies incorporated under any previous company law, or insurance companies, banking companies, electricity companies, or companies which are governed by special acts. To them also this will apply. So if we are thinking of only those companies which are incorporated under Companies Act 2013, then only Companies Act 2013 will be applicable. You are wrong. If company was registered under or incorporated under 1956, still this law will be applicable. No sir, 1850 it got incorporated, still it will be applicable. They said companies incorporated under any previous company law. What about insurance company? Because insurance company has got its own act, Insurance Act. What about electricity companies? It has got its own act. They said, so what? Hai to company na, so Companies Act will apply. Whether it is insurance, banking, electricity companies, or any other company governed by some special act, still what? Companies Act will be applicable. Those might be specific laws, Insurance Act, Banking Regulation Act. This is a Guardian Act. But it will be applicable. They have clarified here. So if someone asks you now, where is it written in the law, in the Companies Act 2013, that we have to follow Companies Act 2013, though we are registered or we were incorporated under Companies Act 1913. So you'll say refer section 1. Or someone says we are electricity companies, where is it written that we also need to follow, because we already have Electricity Act applicable to us? We'll say section number 1. Do you think we have answers to give now? If someone asks like this, we know the answer for it. And see, law is not general thing. And law is not general thing. Law is a specific one. Where people will ask, where is it written? Show me. Then they will be ready to follow. Don't you think so? Yes sir, even in few hotels we go, they say this is our rule, that is our rule. We'll say, where is it written? Sir, you should not be smoking here, sir. You should not be using mobile. Why? No, sir, this is our company's policy. Where is it written? Do we ask or not? So, for those simple hotel rules you ask, people will not ask about law. If you say something, they will not bother. Where is it written? Sir, one of the case laws it was mentioned. Which case law? You have to answer then. Clear? You can't be blank. So even small things like this needs to be answered well. That's where I shared it. Okay, sir. Then also they said such notified body corporates, meaning if they want to notify some body corporates also that Companies Act is applicable, it will be applicable if they want to. They'll notify. Sir, but what is body corporate? LLP? LLP is a body corporate? Yes, sir. Yesterday only we were talking about it. It's a body corporate. So, is it possible that some provision of company law may apply to LLP law? LLP also? Yes, if they notify. If they notify. Acha, is foreign company also a body corporate? Yes, sir. You might have read the definition of body corporate in CA Foundation. Sir, भूल गए सर, रात गई बात गई सर, अभी कैसा याद रहता सर? तो रिवाइज करेंगे. कब करेंगे? ये होने के बाद डेफिनेशंस, बिकॉज इंपॉर्टेंट है, भूल गए तो नहीं चलता. So we are going to revise it, don't worry. Right. So that time you'll understand what exactly body corporates covers. So they say some body corporates also Companies Act 2013 will be applicable. They're clarifying like this. See how beautifully they make law. They try to cover each and small points so that we don't have doubts. But the way they write, that sometimes becomes a problem. Secondly, there's so much in this world, that's why they may miss out something. That's where the problem. Because if I say they write beautifully each and everything they cover, then why are their case laws? Why do people go to court? That you'll ask me, no? That's why I gave the answer beforehand itself. So many things, so chance of missing out. Language is different, that's why again. Okay, sir. So extends is extent, applies is application, and now what? Commencement date. And what did they write? Such date as CG may notify in the official gazette. That means this law again is implemented in phased manner, and that's what has been done. Sir, but still first date is important, sir. What was that first date of Companies Act 2013? You know? Acha, when did President give the assent to Companies Act 2013? Any idea? An idea can change your life. Foundation, CA Foundation, you've read Basics of Companies Act. This is basic only. क्या तो भी पढ़ लिए सर, पढ़ लिए बस पास हो गए. ऐसा मत करना, यहां पर नाक कटा दोगे हमारी. 29th of August 2013. 29th of August 2013 is the date when President gave the assent. 30th of August 2013 is the date when first section was implemented. Acha sir, immediately next day? Yes. Section 1, they said, is effective from 30th of August 2013. The next 12th of September 2013, few sections were implemented. 12th of September, 12 days later, that means not 13 days later. समझ में आया? 29th August को क्या हुआ था? President gave the assent. 30th August, section 1 was implemented. And then few more sections were implemented on which date? 12th of September 2013. All those 3 dates, 2013. And then different dates were there, like 1st April 2014 was there, like that. Different dates followed. वो जरूरी नहीं, लेकिन फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट रहता ना. हाँ सर, फर्स्ट तो हमेशा इंपॉर्टेंट. कुछ याद आ गया सर? ठीक है, बाद में बात करेंगे उसकी. चले कहाँ? हाँ, तो ये कंपैरिजन थोड़े चीजों का था. अब चलते हैं कंपनीज एक्ट 2013. Okay, no auntie, you are not writing anything till now. That is also wrong. I just said when I show the slide immediately, don't write. When I'm explaining, you're understanding, keep writing. Because I cannot give you chance to copy after completion of my explanation. Parallelly, it has to go. Okay. So you can take a pic right now and note it down. And next time, take care. So now, let's Discuss those 1 to 29 chapters. Discuss meaning, sir, in brief, have some idea. And if someone asks you, come on, list out those 1 to 29 chapters, you should be able to. Huh? If someone is asking me 1 to 29 chapters ka list, I should be able to. Yes. And can you? Very much yes. Once you know this list of chapters, it's very easy to remember 1 to 29 chapters. Not that difficult at all. Okay? But as I've told you, you don't have every chapter in your syllabus. What do you have? 1 to 10 plus 22. And then indirectly I've told you miscellaneous is also applicable. That's where I have. So all grey colors if you see are the ones which are in your syllabus. Understood? Know the relevance of colors? Sir, and the black one? Black one? I have told you sick companies. What did they do? Removed it. They removed it. So that's where in black. Okay? So first chapter, preliminary, fundamentals, basics, covers which sections? Section 1, section 2. Sir, 1 to over. Yes, over. 1 over? No, section 1. Just now I covered. Title, extent, commencement date, application. All these 4 were there in section 1. And we have covered it. But, sir, we don't know the meaning of the term body corporates. Other terms we know. We know what do you mean by whole of India. We know the pattern of the Companies Act 2013. Why the word the? All this you know, right? Except for what? Body corporate. The term body corporate. That is pending, which we will cover in definitions. Yeah, section 2. So, preliminary, 1 section over, 1 is left. But that one which is left, section 2, is huge. Because that contains definitions. And how? You have to stop this, boss. Shivik, this is really a bad habit. So there are clauses 1 to 95. How many? 1 to 95. 94A is also there. That's why I cannot say 95. 1 to 95. So section 2, clause 1. Section 2, clause 2. Section 2, clause 3. Section 2, clause 4. Clause 5. Clause 6. So 1 over. Don't think 2 will be over in 2 minutes. 2 days also is not enough. Clear? Because that is containing definitions. So we'll see that later. Anyways, so you understood preliminary, fundamentals, basic concepts is one and the same. Chapter number 1. Next one. Incorporation of companies and matters incidental thereto. How to incorporate a company? Chapter 2 will help you understand. Sir, for incorporation we need MOA and AOA. We know certificate of commencement of business is not required. Only certificate of incorporation is enough. That means you are talking about matters incidental thereto. Sir, when we fix the name, we know that Names and Emblems Act, Emblems and Names Prevention of Improper Use Act has to be followed. Where is it written? Matters incidental thereto. Once company gets incorporated, it becomes a body corporate. And body corporate has got certain privileges. Where is it written? Matters incidental thereto. So please understand, it's not just about how to get the company incorporated. Matters incidental thereto. Connected therewith. All that will be also covered. Sir, in MOA, what clauses should come? In OA, what should be there? In AOA, what should be there? Don't worry, chapter 2 will answer. Okay? Name is, see, normally students remember incorporation. Achha, sahi hai boss, incorporation. But also say, and matters incidental thereto. That is also there in chapter number 2. Sir, we are noting down section numbers also, sir, 3 to 22. Okay, good. But as of now, you may not remember all that. First one was easy. First chapter 1 and 2. But others, at this point of time, it will not happen. But once we complete the topics, then you will remember numbers also. It's my responsibility, don't worry. याद रहेगा आपको section number, मैं करवाऊंगा. ठीक है? अभी लेकिन नहीं हो सकता. Now it's not possible. That's what I'm just trying to tell you. Then chapter 3, prospectus and allotment of securities. Okay, so it's again not simply prospectus, but also about allotment of securities. Yes. So prospectus and allotment of securities. Fine, sir. Next, chapter number 4, share capital and debentures. Fine, sir, we understand. You understand, no, what is prospectus? Yes, sir. When they have to raise funds by issuing shares, they'll issue prospectus. We know, sir, that's a document. Allotment, we know, allotment of securities, right? The company issues shares, debentures, and also allotment of securities. Suppose you buy from the stock exchange, that is not allotment. Correct? Company issues, that is where we say allotment. So we have an idea. Next, chapter number 5 is what? Acceptance of deposits. So if the company wants to accept deposits, 5 I said. 4 to share capital and debentures. 5, acceptance of deposits. So if the company wants some deposits, they have to follow some rules. Some provisions are there. So that is there in chapter number 5. Then 6 is about charges. Registration of charges. Charge means what? Security basically. Simple words if I have to tell you. Security. Details we'll see later. Technically how it is defined we'll see later when we go to the respective chapter. As of now you can simply remember security. What is charge? Security. So registration of charges. Then chapter number 7, management and administration. Management and administration, which includes general meetings. Which includes general meeting. General meeting meaning meeting of shareholders. What do you mean by general meetings? इतना तो पढ़े होगे ना foundation में. Meeting of shareholders, meeting of members, that's called as general meetings. So that's a part of what? Chapter number 7 only. Management and administration includes general meetings for your information. Then chapter number 8, dividend. So they have to follow the law if they want to declare dividend, not that whatever they want, that way they can declare dividend. No, they have to follow the law to declare dividend. Then 9, accounts of the companies. 9 is what? Accounts of the companies. 10 is audit and auditors. So if the company wants to prepare its books of accounts, they have to prepare as per chapter number 9. Sir, if that means their wish, if they want to, no, they have to compulsorily. That also chapter number 9 will say. How they have to prepare, that also chapter number 9 will talk about. Yes. And how will the auditor be appointed, whether audit is mandatory or not, all that chapter number 10 will tell you. Sir, first let's try to understand these 10 again. Let's try to remember these 10 first. Okay, why not? First you will think of what? Fundamentals. Once you know the fundamentals, then you think of incorporating the company. When you incorporate the company, you incorporate with the mindset of doing some business. So for which you need funds. So for that you will have to issue prospectus. That is where you will be able to get the subscriptions, applications, and then allot the securities. Which securities you will allot? Shares or debentures. Sir, still money not enough. Go for deposits then. Sir, but they are asking for security. Provide security. Charges. Okay, sir. So, in company incorporated, prospectus issued, allotment of securities happened like shares, debentures, and further money required, deposits, security given. Then now start the business, manage the business, administer the business. Sir, but for few matters, we have to consult members, call the general meeting. In the general meeting, sir, we'll have to declare dividend, sir. They expect dividend. Okay, declare dividend based on what? Your books of accounts, based on your financial position. And that books of accounts or those books of account needs to be audited. Ho gaya na logical? If you understand now, you don't have to buy hard. You just need to understand the logic, the flow in which I was explaining. First. Ray. Preliminary. Second one, incorporation and matters incidental thereto. Fast. Third, prospectus and allotment of securities. Fourth, share capital and debentures. Fifth, deposits. Sixth, charges. Seventh, management and administration including general meetings. Eighth, dividend. Ninth, accounts. 10. Okay. So now you know these 10, 1 to 10. Same way 11 to 20. Same way 21 to 29. Not that difficult, guys. So let's talk about now what is there in 11. Directors, appointment and qualification. Directors, appointment and qualification. Any fellow you will pick and appoint as a director? No. Next. Directors, meetings, powers, restrictions. Only appoint them, that's it. Give them powers also, no? But those powers should be restricted, no? Sir, they will also have meetings, no? Only general meetings? No. So chapter number 12. 13. Remuneration, sir. So that's where generally people call chapter 13 as managerial remuneration. But it covers two things. As you could see, appointment of managerial person and remuneration. But people in short say managerial remuneration. Okay, no problem. So 11, 12, 13 is all directors related. First think of appointing directors based on qualification and all. Then give them powers, but restrictions have to be there. And they may meet. They will have to meet. If they don't meet and don't discuss things, how will the decisions be taken? How will the company run? है क्या नहीं? हाँ सर अकाउंट्स ऑडिट सब बोल दिए. हाँ तो वो सब करेगा कौन? तो इसलिए अब आ गए डायरेक्टर्स पे. That's the second bunch. But who knows? Even after audit, you find that they are doing something wrong. So then what? Inspection, inquiry, investigation. Sometimes they may go for mergers, acquisition, Facebook acquiring WhatsApp and all. हो रहा ना? Okay, sir. So compromise, arrangement, mergers, and amalgamations and reconstructions. That's chapter number 15. 16. Prevention of oppression and mismanagement. Oppression, mismanagement. English terms. Mismanagement, good? No, sir, bad. Oppression, also bad. So how do we know? Prevention of oppression. Prevention, which thing you will prevent? Bad things only, no? And it is going with mismanagement, please understand. Oppress someone, suppress someone, is it good? No. If they are doing it, then we have law. Sir, they want to do mergers, acquisitions, some construction, some compromises, we have law. Sir, ROC wants to do some investigation, some inquiry, we have law, which will decide who has the power, who can do it, who cannot do it, what procedure they need to follow for inquiry, inspection, investigation. Suppose now you say, sir, I feel like going and investigating Tata Steel Limited. Can I go and do it? Chupchap baith ghar mein. Correct or not? Boss, you don't have that power. So you need to read this chapter to understand who has the power, what is the procedure they will follow, what grounds they can investigate, what grounds they can inquire, inspect. That's why they made it, no? Why did they make the law? So that people don't follow whatever they want to, but do it properly. Don't trouble others. Isn't it? Next. Then registered valuers, chapter number 17. Sir, 18. 18. Power of the ROC to strike off the name of the companies. Removal of name of companies from register of companies. That means ROC can strike off the name of company. Sometimes it's possible. Which is called as defunct companies. Defunct. They'll declare defunct. Remove the name. कौन से ग्राउंड्स पे करते क्या है वो सब वो चैप्टर में है. और ये सर ये तो हम पढ़ रहे ही नहीं. सब अभी पढ़ लेंगे तो बाद में क्या पढ़ेंगे? Right? Everything if you read now, what will you read later? So please understand, few things they want as per your level. And they said, okay, chapter 1 to chapter 10 plus 22. Enough as of now. But going forward, these are the things. Okay, sir. Sir, chapter 19, sick companies. Sir, what do you mean by sick? Sick companies, loss making companies, liability is getting more than the assets. So when you become sick, you go to doctor. Same way companies become sick, they'll also have to be revived. Somebody should be given the made as the caretaker who should be given the responsibility of reviving that company. But all that has gone. Huh? Because IBC has come. So listen to me carefully and fully. There is a new law called as Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. In short, we say IBC. That law has come. So there was no need for this IBC 2016. So they removed it. They removed it from here and they have put it in IBC. That law specializes only for that purpose. This law doesn't specialize for that purpose, no. So that's where they said, अरे when special doctor has come, specialist has come, general को, physician को क्यों दिखा रहे? लेके जाओ उधर ही. 20 winding up. So come on, 11 to 20 now. Sir, directors related 3, 11, 12, 13. First, appointment qualification. Second, some meetings, powers restriction. 13, some remuneration. You were talking about managerial person, manager, managing director, CFO वगैरह का है वो. ठीक है. Then 14, sir, audit is not enough. Inspection, inquiry, investigation. 15, sir, 15 was some arrangement, compromise, some reconstruction, some merger. कुछ तो है ना sir. 16, sir, वो prevention of oppression and mismanagement. Then 17 is registered valuers. Valuers. 18 defunct companies. Defunct in short, defunct companies. 19 sick companies sir omitted है वो तो repeal हो गया यहाँ से. 20 winding up. Winding up बोल तो क्या? Close करना company को. तो उसके लिए भी procedure है. It's not that whenever you want to close it, you can close it. You need the NCLT's order for it. Then you can close it. There's a proper procedure because stakeholders should not suffer. That's where they have a chapter dedicated to winding up. Are you able to follow? Come on, bolo. 1. Preliminary. 2. Incorporation and matters incidental thereto. Prospectus and allotment of securities. Share capital and debentures. 5th, deposits. 6th, charges. 7th, management and administration, which includes general meeting. So I'm again and again repeating including general meeting so that it gets fixed in your mind. General meetings is in chapter 7, not chapter number 12. Chapter 12 contains board meetings. 8, dividend. 9, accounts. 10, audit and auditors. 11, appointment and qualification. इतना difficult तो है नहीं यार. You will see the qualification then appoint. Next 12, meetings. Directors of course. Meetings, powers, restrictions. First powers will come, then restrictions, not directly restrictions. 13, managerial person, वही director वाले. Appointment and remuneration. If you don't remember that much, say managerial remuneration. 14, inspection, inquiry, investigation. 15, compromise, arrangement, amalgamation, reconstruction. 16, prevention of oppression, mismanagement. 17, valuers, registered valuers. If you don't value properly, then what will happen? Danger. Khatra. 17. Like in Indian Contract Act, 17 is fraud. Khatra. 17, danger. 17. Remember, same way, try to remember here. Chapter 17 is what? Registered valuers. 18, defunct companies. 19, sick companies. 20, winding up. Close. खत्म. तो डायरेक्टर्स को अपॉइंट करो, पार्ट्स दो, रिस्ट्रिक्शन दो, ये सब कर लो, पैसा दो, रेम्यूनरेशन दो, मीटिंग सब आ गया उधर. इंस्पेक्शन इंक्वायरी भी आ गया. मर्जर अमालगमेशन हो गया. देन ऑपरेशन मिसमैनेजमेंट है तो प्रिवेंट करो. वैल्यूएशन, अरे बहुत ही ज्यादा बेकार है, बंद करवा दो. सिक है, सिक तो सिक के लिए प्रोविजन बना दिए, नहीं भाई सब ठीक है, क्लोज कर दो 20. सर देन 21 to 29 में व्हाट इज देयर, है ना. नाउ दिस क्वेश्चन माइट कम, सो लेट्स सी दैट. 21, simply say unregistered companies. What? Unregistered companies. That's enough for you as of now. Unregistered companies can get registered, or unregistered companies can get wound up. Winding up can happen for that. Chapter 21. Sir, but unregistered companies are not companies. So why should company law regulate? So recall the preamble. To consolidate and amend the law relating to companies. That means other associations, because 1956, other association. They already mentioned that we can, and they have. Sir, what is unregistered company? I want to know, sir. Wait, we'll discuss that later when required. As such, the topic is not there, but I'll tell you what is it. Next, 21A, producer companies. Sir, what is it? Types of companies, I will discuss that. Next, 22, companies incorporated outside India. Incorporation outside India. So that's also other association. 22. 23, government companies. 24, registration office and fee. 25, companies to furnish information statistics. 26, Nidhi companies. 27, NCLT, NCLAT. 28, special codes, etc. 29, miscellaneous. Okay, sir. So if we just understand 21, 21A, 22, 23, 26, these are all some types of companies only, sir. Unregistered companies, producer companies, companies incorporated outside India for now, as of now, only for now, foreign company I'll say, but actually the meaning is different. Okay, but because we are just in the beginning, so I'll say foreign companies. And then government companies, Nidhi companies. याद रखना easy है ना. Unregistered companies, producer companies, foreign companies, government companies, Nidhi companies. So these are types of companies. And then apart from this, registration office and fee. So registrar related, ROC related, you will study where? Chapter 24. Companies to furnish information or statistics. That means they may ask information from company and company has to furnish. They may ask some statistics of the company. Company has to furnish. Furnish means what? Give, submit. So, sir, who has the power to ask? What type of information can they ask? That's why we have this chapter. They can't do whatever they want to. See the beauty of this law again. Whatever you can think of from the company's point of view, that means company as a business, they've covered almost everything. They're having law for each and everything. They're having predefined rules and regulations for everything. Don't you think it's a good thing? If you have predefined rules and regulations for everything, will it be good or bad? Good. Next. NCLT, NCLAT, special codes. So, sir, this is something relating to quasi-judicial bodies. So, two chapters are relating to administration, registration office and fee, companies to furnish information statistics. 2 are relating to quasi-judicial bodies. 5 are relating to types of companies. And last one is miscellaneous. See, maybe immediately 1 to 29 will not strike. But 2-3 times we revise, it will strike. Yes or no? And as of now, for your level, meaning see enter, even if you give me 20 also, I'll be happy. If not 29. 1 to 29 that means, हाँ. चलो ट्राई करते हैं. Preliminary, incorporation and incidental, prospectus and allotment of securities, share capital and debentures, deposits, charges, management and administration, includes general meeting, dividend, accounts, audit and auditors. Directors appointment qualification. Then board meetings, powers, restrictions. Managerial remuneration. III. III. Inspection, inquiry, investigation. III. Compromise. Simply say compromise. So amalgamation, arrangement, reconstruction will come. Prevention of oppression, mismanagement. Valuers, registered valuers. 17, khatra, valuation. Carefully, huh? 18, defunct companies. 19, sick companies gone out. Repeat. 20, winding up. 21. Very good. Unregistered companies. 22. Sir, 21A is producer companies. 22 foreign companies. Short में अभी के लिए. 23 government. पहले foreign फिर government. F in alphabets. F comes first and then G. Remember that clue. So F foreign company then government. So 23. Then what about 26? Nidhi companies. In between. So actually Nidhi company they should have numbered it as 24. Night 2 o'clock effect maybe. You never know. You understand night 2 o'clock effect? The lawmakers might have made that law or made this sequence at night 2 o'clock when he was sleepy or when they were sleepy. ऐसे मजाक में बोल रहा हूँ. Just kidding. So 24 administration related, but what is it? Sir, some registration office and fee. 25 companies to furnish information statistics. Then 27, 28 quasi judicial bodies, NCLT and NCLAT special courts. 29 miscellaneous. So is it really difficult to remember 1 to 29? No, you will. Lifelong you will. Lifelong we have to remember. Recall, what did we tell you? This is going to be your profession. So you will have to and you will. Then how many schedules are there we said? 7. So let's talk about those 7 schedules or schedules as well. Schedule number 1. MOA and AOA. Mawa Awa. Few people are calling like this also. Mawa Awa. Last batch one student was saying, Awa Awa sir. What Awa are we? It's AOA. In short we can say AOA. But people are calling. So your wish. MOA. Memorandum of Association. And AOA. Articles of Association. There are different tables in Schedule 1. Table A to E is having MOA. Table F to J is having AOA. So if you are writing, you write Schedule 1 dash Table A to E MOA. Table F to J AOA. That way you should write. Next, Schedule 2 depreciation, meaning rates of depreciation are there. I've told you, no. Schedule 3 financial statements. The format of financial statements, where is it given? Schedule number 3. Schedule 4 about the independent directors. Oh, there are different types of directors. Yes. Where is it, sir? Covered in chapter 11. You don't have in your syllabus. Okay. Next, Schedule 5 managerial remuneration. Appointment and remuneration of managerial personnel. Chapter 13. Same way, Schedule number 5. Today, while taking an example, I said section 196 says appointment of managerial person is subject to Schedule 5. Next, Schedule 6, infrastructure activities. What do you mean by infrastructure activities? What gets covered in infrastructure activities? Which activity is referred as infrastructure activity? You will get the answer in Schedule number 6. 7, corporate social responsibility, meaning CSR in short. There is a social responsibility on the corporates. They have to take care of some welfare as well of the society. They're exploiting so much from the society. So don't you think their duty to even help the society? Yes. Clear? So like that, there are few schedules 1 to 7. Okay, sir. So chapters we understood, sir, 1 to 10 and then 22 and 29 matters to us. Same way, now tell me which schedules matters to us? Huh? One, ऐसा फिफ्थ बीच में क्यों राजा? अपन ऐसे ही कर रहे हैं, बीच बीच में जा रहे हैं नहीं ना? फिर 1, ओके 2, am I teaching you accounts here that I'll take rates of depreciation? What will I do with rates of depreciation? Tell me. Understand, when I said for us, meaning paper 2, corporate and other loss. So obviously 2 doesn't, I mean you don't need 2 here, maybe you need 2 in paper 1. Yeah, 3 nahi chahiye. Why? Sir, you're not going to prepare balance sheet here, P&L account here. Obviously it will be required in account subject. 4, not now, because directors you don't have in your syllabus, so implied that schedule 5 also is not needed. Schedule 6 needed, sir. Infrastructure activities you should know, sir. When you issue preference shares, you in the sense company, you're issuing on the behalf of company, no? So company is issuing preference shares, they have to redeem within what time? 20 years. But there are exceptions, you know that, and exceptions cover infrastructure activities. So if someone asks you what is infrastructure, you'll have to come to schedule number 6. So we refer to schedule 6. What about schedule 7? Definitely we'll refer CSR, because accounts topic chapter number 10, there we have CSR. Sorry, 10 nahi, 9. Chapter number 9 is accounts too. Audit is 10 and audit 10 and 10 is audit and auditors, isn't it? Yes, sir. Followed. So which schedules now, tell me finally, is applicable for you, is relevant for you? 1, 6 and 7 at this level of CA Inter, and for this paper called as corporate and others. So you may refer, you may read other schedules also in other subject, but here is what we are talking about. So we got to know the preamble of Companies Act 2013. We got to know the acts which were there before 2013. Scope, you got to know how many chapters, schedules. Yes, sir. Isn't it? Schedules you got to know. All the 1 to 29 chapters you are able to follow, is what I presume now. I can? May I? Okay. So when we meet tomorrow, what are we going to discuss? Okay. ये लेंगे हम लोग पहले तो, या अभी ले लूं? नहीं, बाद में लेंगे. ले लूं? चलो, 2 minutes are there, so let's use that. MOA, schedule 1, table A, table B, table C, table D, table E, all comprises or all contains MOA only. But MOA of which company? So that's where the answer is. Table A contains MOA of company limited by shares, whereas table B, company limited by guarantee without share capital, and then with share capital, then unlimited guaranteed company without share capital, and then with share capital. Sir, but what are these types of companies? You might have read in foundation, but anyways we'll cover now also when I discuss types of companies. I will share what are these types of companies. Acha, just tell me one thing, generally which type of companies do we see? Very good. Company limited by shares, that's the type of company we see normally. That's why in features we say share capital, share capital. Now tell me fast, AOA, table F to J. So table F, AOA of which company? Company limited by shares. G, company limited by guarantee. So that's where we have to change. Just read table G, company limited by guarantee with share capital first, and then without. Sir, why like this? Night 2 o'clock effect is what I can say, because there's no logic as such. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? See, table B without share capital, C with share capital. But here what is happening? G with share capital, and then without. Same way if you go for now, see, D without share capital, with share capital. And what's happening with I and J? With and without. So here they have kept with first and then without, and for MOA they have kept without first and with later. Anyways, we don't refer to those, because we bother about table A, table F. Why? because sir those are the type of companies which we mainly find. Generally वही तो companies रहते हैं, तो हमको ज्यादा फोकस किधर है हमारा? टेबल ए, टेबल एफ, टेबल ए MOA, टेबल एफ AOA. Of which companies? Company limited by shares. I hope you have noted this. Huh? At least table A and F, please note. Huh? Table A and F. Great. So now, sir, when we meet in our next session, what are we going to discuss? We're going to discuss doctrine. Okay, we're going to discuss few other fundamentals. So one more class will be dedicated for what? This basics. But these basics are all there in your syllabus. Just that I'm taking it before. These are there in your syllabus, but I'm taking it before. Okay. So thank you so much. God bless you all. See you all in the next session. And until then, keep revising the subject. Okay. Please have a habit of revising on a daily basis. Thank you. Bye-bye.